right, so I'm going to be doing problem number 5, and it says that we can do a calculator beside it. So if you look, I did my x-min to -1 to 6 because over there the x goes from -1 to 6, and I did the y-min from -1 to 6 because over there the y goes from the bottom of 1 to 6 to the top. And if you look here, I've already graphed in the equation y equals the square root of 3x plus a 1, and then down here I put the second one in, which is y equals x, and I hope we all know x equals 0. This is the y-axis, so I'm going to graph this, and when I graph it, there's my square root function, and there's my line. So I'm going to copy those over there, and if you want, you could hit second table and get your ordered pairs. These are the ordered pairs from the 3x deal, and you can, I'm going to go to my table set and make it prettier and start at -1 because that was the first thing I put in. I'm going to go by ones, and I'm going to now go to table, and then I would probably use my pretty ones to put my points on the graph. So I'm going to put on the point, well, first of all, -1 didn't work. When I plugged in 0, I got out 1. When you plug in 3, you got out 4. So I'm going to put a dot here at 1. And I have 4 and 3. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I had any other pretty ones. I did not, so I'm just going to kind of make that look like it did. It went like kind of like this, okay? And then y equals x. Hope we all know that goes through 0, 0. And it goes through 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and goes up like this. So I hope that's kind of what my graph looks like. So I'm going to come bring it back over here and show you my graph. Oh, also, we got the x equals 0, it'd just be this little, it's actually the whole line, but that's a little section. So the shaded part is this part in here. This is the part that we want to get the area of. So I hope you can see that the blue is on top the whole way and the red is on the bottom, but we need to find that intercept right there. So we're going to go back to our trusty calculator to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit second calc 5 for intersection. I'm going to bring it over there by that because I need that. I'm going to hit enter, enter, enter. And there's that 4.7. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Hopefully it'll clear up there. 4.79128878. You can save that. Or if I hit second quit, I can tell it to store that answer. I can hit second negative and hit store. And I'm going to put that in my B value because that's the one over to the furthest right. So I'm going to hit alpha B, and I'm going to store that in that B value right there. So there's that decimal number in that B value. So I kind of wish I'd have written down both parts, but I didn't. So my B value over here is at 4.79, and that's this point right here. 4.791, blah, 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 blah. And I don't need the Y value. And then farthest left value is this x equals 0. So I'm going from 0 over here to this value right here, which is 4.791. Now, if you can see, my graph is off a little bit, right? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be intersecting out here. So, oh, I did my line wrong. I think I did this thing wrong. But anyway, it doesn't matter because I got the numbers I need. So the area of this, the shaded area, is going to be the top. So I'm going to do the integral from 0 to 4.791 dot, dot, dot. Now don't round that because we're going to use that whole decimal of the top function, which is the square root of 3x plus 1. Now, if you want, you put this in parentheses to the half. I'm going to leave it like that. Minus the bottom function is that red line, which is x dx. So I'm going to go back to my calculator. And remember, I stored that number I need in there for B, okay? So I'm going to go math 9. I'm going to go 0 up there, and then I'm going to hit alpha apps and put B in there. And if you remember in my equations, y1 is that radical one. So I'm going to hit bars, arrow to y bars. Hit function, hit 1, minus the x was y2, so I hit bars, arrow over, hit 1 and 2, dx, and let my calculator do the work. So And this answer is going to be approximately, and you should put squigglies because we're rounding this, 5.423 when you round it to 3 decimal places. This is where you get around. Now, if you do not put this on your paper, what you're typing into your calculator, you don't get any points. So that's number 5 from 8486.